Surely you've heard of a 5-step plan before. You've probably also heard of a 12-step plan to deal with alcoholism or other drug-related treatments. But have you ever heard of a 39-step plan? No? Well, neither have I, because that sounds absolutely dreadful. Who'd want to take that many steps just to try and deal with just about anything? So don't take the 39-step plan, take this shortcut. But wait, how does that pertain to this game? You'll find out shortly. Actually, it'll take quite a while, but you'll find out. Hiya folks, Fruit and Doggy here, getting back in the 39 steps, and when we left off, our good host, was proven wrong. Most assuredly wrong. Pardon. Well, shouldn't stop us from having a good breakfast though, right? Good night's sleep, a good breakfast. Let's get to it. I came down to breakfast next morning after 8 hours of blessed, dreamless sleep. I found Sir Walter decoding a telegram in the midst of muffins and marmalade. Ooh, good combo. His fresh rosiness of yesterday seemed a thought tarnished. One can only imagine why.
I had a busy hour on the telephone after you went to bed. I got my chief to speak to the First Lord and the Secretary for War, and they're bringing Roy over a day sooner. Now this wire clinches it. We'll be in London at 5. Odd that the code word for a sous chef d'etat major general should be hawker.
I failed to catch on to the pun. He directed me to the hot dishes and went on. Like, yes, go ahead and eat breakfast, fool.
Not that I think it'll do much good. If your friends were clever enough to find out the first arrangement, they're clever enough to discover the change. I would give my head to know where the leak is. We believe there were only 5 men in England who knew about Roy's visit, and you may be certain there were fewer in France, for they manage these things better there.
The French are good at something? Besides cooking? I find that hard to believe. Now see, this is so perplexing to me. Page 1, 2, 3. Right to left. That goes against my entire sense of direction. My way of going through this would always be da da da, and on a 5 it would either be clockwise all the way, starting in the upper left, or again a horizontal zigzag down. I'm flummoxed. Wait, if it's all the same part of a letter, why in the world? I guess it's because it's been transcribed, but why isn't it just showing me the letter and then text? Why is it doing it that way? Warrior dines with my chief and then comes to my house where 4 people will see him. Whitaker from the Admiralty, myself, Sir Arthur Drew, and General Winstanley. At my house, he will get a certain document from Whitaker, and after that, he will be motored to Portsmouth, where a destroyer will take him to Havre. Destroyer? Oh, okay. He will never be left unattended for a moment till he is safe on French soil. The same with Whitaker till he meets Royer. And again, don't let Colatus, whatever that guy's name with the K, don't let his death, set you at ill at ease. That was just a one-time thing, okay?
That is the best we can do. And it's hard to see how there can be any miscarriage. But I don't mind admitting that I'm horribly nervous. This murder of Carolides will play the deuce in the chancelleries of Europe.
Might even play a 3 or a 4 at that. Let's see here. I'm playing as this character. Oh, let's see. My choice is to Hannay. Like it's a verb. Let me Hannay. Yes, a good time to Hannay. What in the world does that mean?
Hannay?
Hannay?
Can you drive a car?
Why, yes.
Well, you'll be my chauffeur today and wear Hudson's rig. You're about his size. You have a hand in this business, and we're taking no risks. There are desperate men against us who will not respect the country retreat of an overworked official.
Again, two things come to mind. One, clearly from experience, he cannot drive. He's gotten to at least one wreck that was completely his fault. Second, Richard Hannay here, he could be part of the enemy force himself. I mean, that would line up pretty darn well, wouldn't it? The guy walked right into Flighter walked in the spider's web, unbeknownst to himself. Unbeknownst to him. Then he goes running around the countryside. You know, it's all a farce that he's trying to escape, one, from the cops, and then two, from the enemy. That's a really simple way to set up a plant. It's like, they've been hounding me tiredly, you know, without stop. And it's like, and you've just managed to always be one step ahead. Always somehow weaseling your way out. Well, yeah, don't you believe me? No. See, it doesn't really take much imagination to think that maybe he couldn't be trusted after all. But anyways, it was a soft, breathless June morning. What does that mean? That's really hot? With a promise of sultriness later, but it's delicious enough, swinging through the little towns with their freshly watered streets and past the summer gardens of the Thames Valley. It rings on the half hour? I guess so. That'd get old. I landed Sir Walter at his house in Queen Anne's Gate punctually by 11:30. The first thing he did was take me round to Scotland Yard. Hey here, guys. Here's the person you were trying to find. He's the guy who he originally thought might have killed Scudder. Hey, here you go, mate. Yeah, cheers. There we saw a prim gentleman with a clean-shaven lawyer's face. Man, don't have to insult the guy, do you? The face of a lawyer.
I've brought you the Portland Place murderer.
The reply was a wry smile. McGillifrey.
It would have been a welcome present, Bullivant. This, I presume, is Mr. Richard Hannay, who for some days greatly interested my department.
Mr. Hannay will interest it again. He has much to tell you, but not today. For certain grave reasons, his tale must wait for 4 hours.
How precise.
Then, I can promise you, you will be entertained and possibly edified.
Or possibly entertained
I want
and
to assure Mr.
edified.
Hannay that he will suffer no further inconvenience.
This assurance was promptly given. Yeah, okay, no good cop, bad cop. We get it.
You can take up your life where you left off. Your flat, which probably you no longer wish to occupy, is waiting for you, and your man is still there. As you were never publicly accused, we considered that there was no need of a public exculpation. But on that, of course, you must please yourself.
McGillivray...
He's got his man for that, doesn't he?
Later on. Come and see me tomorrow, Hannay. I needn't tell you to keep deadly quiet. If I were you, I would go to bed, for you must have considerable arrears of sleep to overtake. You'd better lie low, for if one of your Black Stone friends saw you, there might be trouble.
Of course.
I mean, depending on how strong a force the Germans are working with, wouldn't they keep somebody, you know, have eyes on that flat in the case he ever returned? I don't know. I don't know how large of a force they're working with. It could be dozens, it could be hundreds. Anyways, probably not a huge force, but it was very pleasant to be a free man, able to go where I wanted. Even if it isn't boring old London. Oh boy, midday. I went to the Savoy Lounge, ordered very carefully a very good luncheon. Excuse me. And then smoked the best cigar the house could provide. But I was still feeling nervous. Can't imagine why. When I saw anybody look at me in the lounge, I grew shy and wondered if they were thinking about the murder. Or maybe they're just thinking about murdering you. I took a taxi and drove miles away up into North London. I walked back through fields and lines of villas and terraces, and then slums and mean streets. And it took me pretty nearly 2 hours. Oh man, can you even imagine walking through all that noise? Ugh. I dined at a restaurant in German Street. German? I was no longer hungry and let several courses pass untasted. I drank the best part of a bottle of Burgundy, but it did nothing to cheer me. An abominable restlessness had taken possession of me. Yeah, because you hate London. I didn't feel like going back to my flat. That had to be faced sometime, but I still had sufficient money. I thought I would put it off till next morning and go to a hotel for the night. See, that might be a little bit more intelligent. I had only been a month under the ban of the law, and it was quite enough for me. You know, I felt curiously at a loose end. I felt that great things, tremendous things, were happening or about to happen, and I, who was the cogwheel of the whole business, was out of it. You know, certainly have a puffed up version of puffed up sense of your importance, huh?